Try It kits before? Anyone not know what I'm talking about? Give me a thumbs down if you don't know what I'm talking about. Thumbs down. Okay, that's okay. Totally good. That's good. So a Try It kit is just products that you loan out, and you let people try it in their homes for a limited amount of time, with the goal of either getting sales or getting a booking. My Try It kits, my goal is always to get a booking. That doesn't always happen, but that's why I like to always loan out the mop. So if you do what a Try It kit is you just put together, so they're always used products, mine aren't new. I don't usually even have instructions with them. There are some things you can print out, but I usually just explain to them or send them a couple of videos about how to use the products. And I either drop it off at their house or have them pick it up. And I give them like a day or two. You don't want to say, oh, just let me know when you're done with it, because you won't hear from them for 2 weeks and they won't have used it, right? Again, there's no sense of urgency. They forget what they're doing or that they're supposed to use it. So if you can reach out to, I'd say make it a goal to reach out to like 10 people or 5 people and say, hey, I just want to see if you're interested in trying out these products. I know you've heard me talk about Norwex. Have you ever tried them out or, ever thought about it? And that's all you have to say. And it's free to try. I just want you to give me a good review after you've tried them. A lot of people will say, yeah, sure. Nothing to lose. So make sure that you explain the products really well. You can give them a quick demonstration, but you always want to include the mop with that. So I like to do the household package plus the mop and make sure you do the rubber brush with it. You could also do like a Safe Haven 5, although I don't know if you really want to do some laundry detergent, but something like that. And then you say, hey, I'm going to pick it up, tomorrow at 5. Let me know if you have questions, and I tell them, don't wash them. I've got special detergent for that because I don't want them washing them and tied. And I also ask them to get them as dirty as possible, because we don't want people to like just barely wipe their counters because they're afraid of messing up your cloths. I say, I want you to get them as dirty as you can. Try them out everywhere you can. You can't hurt them. They're cleaning cloths. I want you to really, see what they can do. And then we make sure you check back in with them, go pick it up and say, hey, what'd you think? And then just be quiet and see what they say, which is hard. And if they're like, oh yeah, I loved it, you're like, oh, awesome. Did you know that you can get all this stuff for free, including the mop this month? Have you ever thought about hosting a party? And then be quiet and wait and see what they say. And don't say, oh, but if you don't want to, it's okay. No big deal. I know. Just be quiet, wait and see what they say. And then remember, we've talked in the past about objections that people say. They might say, oh, like July is just crazy for me. Say, oh, I know it's so busy. Should we look at our calendars and see if we can find a night? I bet we have one night that we could party. I'd love for you to get it for free. Or maybe you say, oh, July's super swamped. Well, in the past, and I say this to my customers, you guys might, I say in the past, August has also been mop month. You have to get for an August date. Usually they probably won't pass up 2 different months. So just ask, give them a Try It kit. Once they love it, if they want to place an order, I always say, hey, instead of buying it, what do you think about getting it for free? And there's your party plug. Some people are just going to buy it, and that's okay. But a big percentage of people, once they actually get to try it and they like the products, are going to be more likely to book a party. You can also tie an incentive to that. So you can make it up however you want. So you might say, oh, since you got to try my Try It kit, I'm also offering you an extra $20 shopping spree at your party. Make it sound like it's a really good deal for them, which is great. You're giving them extra incentive to book with you instead of them thinking, or you could say, if you book in July, I have an extra, bathroom scrub mitt for you at your party, or whatever you want to offer. But that's always a little bit more incentive. So they think, okay, I want to book now because I want to get that extra freebie.
Are there any questions about Try It kits? It's super simple. Like I used to do it where I would like print off instructions and have it in a special bag, and you can totally do that. But this last time I didn't know where any of that stuff was for some reason. And so I'm like, here's a bag of some stuff. Let me show you how it works. And there was no organization, nothing. And I got a booking from it because my calendars were low. My calendar was so low. I got a booking from it. I got another girl who's on the fence about a booking. So it's a really great, when your calendar's not where you want it to be, think of those new people that you haven't talked to Norwex, that you've been introduced to since doing Norwex. It's just, who can say no to letting them use it for free? Almost everyone's going to say sure when you ask them. So definitely, and now's the time, because because that mop, if you give them that mop and they want it, it's a lot of money, especially for someone that hasn't been to a party. Like, it's kind of shocking, like giving them the option to get it for free. So now is the time. I know that sounds, you did say to like create some urgency, but there really is urgency for us too. Like, if you want to build your business, it's so much easier to get bookings when you have a free mop to offer. If you wait until September and there's not a free mop, you can still do it and it still works, but it's not near as easy. So do it now where you can offer that free mop without it costing you anything. Like, that's from Norwex, and they do that for a reason. They knew summer, you need that little jump. And so they plug that and they let us have that to help us build our businesses. So do try it, kids. Do it now.
And think about one more thing, Jenna. Think about people that might benefit from the mop. So a couple ideas, moms with young kids that are constantly cleaning their floors, anyone with pets, shedding pets. We know that our mop does really, really well with that. Anyone with lots of hard floors. So people that have, 4,000 square feet of hard floor, and they're always like, oh, I've got so much hard floor in my house. There's just different people, or people that you've like heard complain about their mop, or heard complain about, I hate mopping, or anything like that. Like, just use that as an extra little plug.
Right. Okay. Were there any questions? I don't know how to unmute everybody, but do you guys see how to chat? Okay. So if you have a question, you can write in the chat. So if you think of one about Try It kits, it's whenever my bookings are low, that's where I head pretty quickly to get some bookings. So that's number one. So your goal, if you're wanting to build your business, which I'm hoping you are, or you guys are, because you wouldn't be here if you're not, commit to asking at least 10 people. And if you have all 10 say yes, you just give it to the first 2 or however many kits you have, and then you give it to the next person, and then you wait, you just make a line and you pass it down. And I've done that before, where I've gotten multiple bookings from this one Try It kit that really helped me get my business back up where I wanted it to be. So it works really well.
If you do not have an extra mop system, so you just have one and you're like, I don't really have stuff for a Try It kit, talk to whoever your leader is. We most likely have multiples and are happy to loan that out to you too. We could say, hey, you've got here's an extra Try It kit for you for, 10 days. Go get as many bookings as you can.
Good. How do you say your name? Shallon?
Shallon.
Shallon. What do you put in your Try It kit? You can put whatever you want in it. What'd you put in yours?
I usually do the household package, so EnviroCloth, window cloth, dust mitt, and then the mop system and the rubber brush. I will say I've done Try It kits with lots. I've done like the Enviro wand and a netted. I've done too much stuff that's overwhelming to people. Keep it simple. You want to include enough products so that if they bought it all, it'd be a decent purchase. So don't give them the basic package, because they're just going to buy that $30 item, right? They're going to be like, I just want to buy it. Give them enough that they leave wanting, but not so much that they're overwhelmed and they're like, I don't know. They haven't been to a party. They don't know the science behind Norwex. They don't know any of that. And don't even really overwhelm them with that stuff. They can learn that. Unless they're really asking questions. You don't have to go into the size of the microfiber. You just want to say, here, this is how you clean a window, right? This is how you use the mop. Like, go to your dirtiest bathroom and use this and try it out.
Right. Yeah, I've never done like a presentation or anything. I just show them how to clean. And if you'll remember that first time you cleaned with Norwex, how awesome it was, that's what you get to experience with them again. Like, they don't want to, you don't need to know all the science. They're going to see it with their eyes and want it anyway. And then they can hear it later. But it's kind of fun too to get to hear, because you kind of forget. I forget. I've been cleaning with Norwex for 3 years, so I forget how awesome it was. I just think that's typical. But it's fun to go to someone's house and be like, let me show you how to clean your door right now. And it's fun to see their reaction of how much they love it. So, and when you're loaning out kits, you really are, like, people will love it. So don't keep your products to yourself. Share them with your friends.
Here's your Try It kit challenge real fast. If you guys will write down 5 names of people that you can think of that you want to offer a Try It kit to. If you can think of 10, it's even better, but at least 5. By the end of the meeting, write down 5 people that you want to offer a Try It kit to.
So if you need to go get paper and a pen, do that now, because we're going to give you other things to write down too. So, or you can put it in your phone or whatever. I am going to talk about a little bit about another way to get bookings. So when I've been struggling recently, one of the key things that I do too, I do Try It kits, but then I go back to my list of people that have said they wanted to book a party before and never did. My customers that I need to follow up with, the people that booked a party and something happened, they couldn't do it. I make a big old list and I ask a lot of people to host a party just through text messaging. And you know what? I switched. This is how desperate I was. I was like, I've got to get my bookings back up where I want them to be. And I started making phone calls. So I'm scared of phone calls. Anybody else? I'm scared of them. I'd much rather text, but I was like, I'm not doing that because calling's way better. And calling got me bookings away. I sent out a bunch of texts, but I was like, I'm going to call a few people, and it got me some bookings a lot faster just from calling them. So if you can call people, I really suggest at least trying to get one phone call in, because when you can talk to them, it's harder they're not going to ignore you. Sometimes if you get a text and they're busy, they'll just ignore it. So if you can call, I really challenge you guys to call. But my challenge is for you, and I've actually learned this, and it's not really deep or difficult, but I am talking to this other girl who is 2 levels above me, and she coaches her team. Like when you need bookings, she gives them 100 no challenge. So it's just a piece of paper with a bunch, and I can send it to you, or you can make your own, but it has 100 of the word no on there. And she says, don't think your business is gone. Don't give up until you've gone. You need to, don't give up ever, but like go through this 100 no challenge and ask at least 100 people until you've gotten your 100 no's. And what that does for you is it gives you a challenge of where you're supposed to be. So sometimes you can text 10 people and no one responds, and you're like, well, this is hopeless. There's no point to this. And then you miss the people that you were going to get to that were actually going to book a party. And so if you need more bookings, TriKits, number 1. Another one is this 100 no. So make this a challenge to yourself. I'm going to ask as many people as it takes to get to 100 no's. And so then when you get those no's, you guys like checking things off a list? I know this sounds silly, but it's so nice to just be like, I'm making it through this list, and I'm halfway through. I did it. So even when you get a no, it's not as sad because it's like a part of your list. But then those no's get you to a yes eventually. And so what you want to do if you're texting somebody, I think it's important to say hi. If you know them personally, or you're on with their friends, you're friends with them on Facebook, mention something personal about them. Like, I saw you on a vacation from Facebook. I hope it was awesome. Or like, how are your kids doing? I hope you're having a fun summer. Do something personal so they know it's not just like a mass text message to everybody if you can. So I think that's key to add that in. And then you get to plug Mop Month. So when I'm doing this before, I don't always have Mop Month. You can say, I have great news. Like, it's Mop Month this month. Here are the hostess rewards. I'm trying to give away as many free mops as I can in July. And I thought you would love it. So I wanted to see if you had any dates in July, if you'd be interested in hosting a party. And I always do this. Maybe you can't do it, but I say, as a thank you from me, I will give you, you can say something from your stash that you already have, or an extra $20 shopping spree at your party for having me over. So I think that's key. I think it's key to say, ask them how they are, ask something personal about them. If you can't, that's okay. Tell them how awesome Mop Month is. And I know this may be, you guys feel like this is bad verbiage. I don't know, JC and Meredith, I should have ran this by you. But I always say, like, I want to give away as many free mops as I can in July. And I would love to give one to you. Like, I thought of you first, that you might really like one. So I like to do that. That way they know, like, it's about them. It's not about me. I want to help them get free stuff. You're serving them. And then ask them if that's something that they would be interested in a text message or a call. And then go until you get 100 no's. And the people you're asking in are people that wanted to host a party but couldn't find a time, or someone that hosted a party and it didn't work out, and then you didn't follow up with them well enough, because I'm guilty of that. Like, they're like, oh, we need to change the date, and then I forget to follow up those people. And then do some customer follow-up. Go back to all those customers before and follow up with them. Here comes Adeline. Okay. Are there any questions about that? Homework number 2, JC wrote it. It's 100 no challenge. Oh, it's July. If I said June, I'm sorry. I meant July. But you want to start working in June to get to July parties. Just a minute. And then if you have any parties in June, does anybody have a party in June? Talk so much about the mop system. Don't make it one of the most, there's Adeline. Make it one of the things that you talk about the most. Remember how excited you were when you first used it. Talk about how awesome it is. Really talk up the mop in June, and it'll really help you get bookings in July too. I'm going to mute Meredith. You want to go? I got to deal with the yahoo.
Girl, you go bed.
Okay.
I was just going to talk about, I know that I'm actually due at the end of July. So I'm constantly trying to think of preparing to kind of lose my business, because I had a baby 2 years ago, and that's sort of what happened. So kind of preparing and like brainstorming ideas that I can kind of help soften the blow a little bit when I do want to come back from maternity leave. So one thing that I definitely want to do, and I've never done it before, so it's probably not the smartest thing for me to coach you guys on since I've actually never done it, but I do know that several people have had a lot of success with it. So hosting your own party. I know everyone kind of does a launch party, and if you guys are brand new, then it's maybe not something that you are terribly excited about doing right away because you just had your launch party. But for someone like me who's been in this for over 3 years, I think it just makes sense, like if you guys have even been in this for 6 months, a year, I think it makes sense for you too. But the whole idea would just be to invite people to your house. Like, you are the hostess. They're coming to you, and you're going to show them maybe the products that they didn't get to see or they invite the people that are brand new, the people that, you've talked their ear off about Norwex. They've just never been to a party. The whole goal is to get these people to come to your party and host a party. JC and I were talking earlier, if you do it at the beginning of July, kind of sets you up for some success because you can also push that mop the whole time people are at your house, and you can encourage them to host a party, and it gives them plenty of time because you've got the rest of July. And like we said before, typically, I can't remember a year since I started Norwex that August was not mop month as well. So you've got 2 months ahead of you to convince these people they've got to host a party to get this mop. So, I think that showing them, I don't know, I feel like it's a little different. Like it's more intimate, it's more personable. You're inviting them into your house, whether these are past customers, your friends, just making it a big party, and just exciting people. And I don't know, I like I said, I've never done it before, but that is my idea for coming back from maternity leave. JC and Jenna, you guys haven't ever hosted your own party since your launch parties, have you? Are you guys muted?
I've done one. It's been a while. I did like a try it kind of style party, which was really fun. So I had just different stations set up, and people actually got to try things. Another idea, and this is my next goal, is to do a no wallet party. So for your friends and family, it's an in-home party, but you literally called a no wallet party. And like, what does that mean? That means like your people aren't supposed to bring their wallets. You're not even going to collect orders. Like, obviously someone's like, please let me buy something. No, but you're not going to have like, okay, now it's checkout time and fill out your order form. Your whole goal would be to get those bookings, which among your family and friends group and your past customers, that's a great goal, especially for Mop Month. So you could even do you could do like a couple of nights, like where you just meet some girlfriends out for dinner or, whatever, and just say, this is a no wallet. Like, I just want to tell you about some of our new products, or I want to have you guys over, for some chips and dip and show you a couple of things, but it's a no wallet party. I don't want your money. I just want to show you some things because you guys are my sounding board and I need to practice my spiel, or, whatever it is. Because really, we know how awesome the Host Rewards program is, and people don't know that. So you want your friends and families to get those hundreds of free products, especially to get them all for free. So it really is a gift that you're offering people. Sorry, I didn't mean to overstep. Go ahead, Meredith.
No, I think that that crossed my mind. And I think the reason I didn't actually say it was because I meant to say that the other benefit of doing that, hosting the party for yourself, is that you get to collect all the hostess rewards. But one way or another, if you're in need of another mop, if you're in need of a lot of products and that excites you, then don't call it a no wallet party. Like, make it just a party where people come and they order. But if you're more worried about the bookings, which that's what I will be, then a no wallet party is perfect. You tell them you're providing food, You're going to feed them wine. If you guys drink wine, that will entice some people. But just getting them to come over and get excited about it. And I mean, I think whenever you tell people it's a no wallet party, I think they'll kind of be like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Why is she wanting me to come over and not buy anything? Well, because you want them to host a party. So I think it's brilliant. I like that idea a whole lot.
My mom has she couldn't get on for some reason, but she's hosted parties, a couple of them at her own house, and she does it at lunchtime because a lot of her friends are either they don't work or they have lunch breaks, and she's close to them. So she'll do it for like a few hours and say, just come over on your lunch break. I'll provide tacos. So she makes like chicken tacos in the crock pot. It's like super easy, and then does some quick demos. And then when they fall in love with the product, she's like, you should host a party. Like, you get so much free stuff. And she's had some really good success, some good parties and some bookings from that. It was really casual and low key. So if that works for you too, it could just be more of like a come and go, show them some stuff, but you have to plug your parties. Like, you can't just be like, okay, I'm glad you came. You do have to be like, you should host a party. Like, you could get, like, I just gave away $500 for free. Like, it's ridiculous. You should host a party. You can get all this for free. So you do really have to plug it and talk up parties. But she's had some really good success doing that. So that's a more casual approach.
And some people might like that come and go thing too. Like, they might, like, it kind of takes the pressure off of them, and they like the idea that they can feel like they're slipping in, slipping out. But yeah, you're right. Like, you have to, like, I mean, for someone like me, like, I'm talking to myself, like, you have to plug the party. Like, you can't let an opportunity pass you by to not ask these people, because these are the people that are most likely to host parties for you, for sure.
And you'd be shocked once you start asking everybody how many people are teetering, and all they need you to do is ask, and then they're like, maybe I will. And the people that are not teetering, they'll just tell you no, and it's no big deal. It's not, no skin off my back. It's no big deal. But like, those people are teetering, all they need is you just to kind of nudge them a little bit, and they'll start tipping that way. And then they're going to get tons of free Norwex. So definitely plug it. Because like I said, I used to not ask everyone and not talk to them about it. But then I was like, I forget how much money I can make at a party compared to anything else that I do. It's good money. Like, it's crazy how much good money you can make from a party from a few hours. So it's worth that little uncomfortable ask to help your business grow, and then to get them a ton of free products. So.
And think about, like, if you've had past hosts. I've had so many hosts that, like, I didn't even want to have a party, but I'm so glad I did. I can't believe all this free stuff I got. Like, it was so fun. Like, they're always so grateful, especially when they get all their stuff. Like, they are so thankful for all their free stuff. So it is really cool, like, that Norwex is such an awesome company, and we get to help people get free stuff. Like, right. It really isn't selfish. It feels kind of selfish sometimes, but reframe your mind in the way that you're asking, and it helps the asking become a lot easier.
Right.
I totally agree.
Right. Okay. So those are the 3 things to help you get some bookings. So some things we did not talk about. We did not talk about hostess coaching. We did not talk about fun things to do at your party to get bookings. There's a lot of things that we can't cover at every party. So once you get these bookings on your calendar, if you don't feel like you have hostess coaching down, reach out to your leader, and they can do some one-on-one coaching up for you. If you don't feel like your parties are fun enough, or you're not getting sales, or you're not getting the bookings you want, get these bookings on your calendar, then reach out to your leader and say, hey, I'm struggling with these things. What can I get help with? So we don't get to talk about it all at the time, but that's what we're here for. Once you get these bookings on your calendar, we want it to keep going for you. We want it to go well. So if you're struggling in any of those areas, or you don't even know what hostess coaching is, reach out to one of us, and we will call you, and we'll talk you through exactly what we have found to be successful to make sure that these parties that you're about to get on your calendar are worth it for you. So don't be afraid to reach out. All right, so now we're going to open it up for questions.
I'm going to plug one more thing, Jenna. Okay. I think I'm unmuted. The Join for Free just has a couple more days. It's over the 24th. So just remember that. I know it's kind of everyone has differences opinions on Join for Free, but it is a great thing to offer for people who may not have joined otherwise. And it really is a great gift to offer people. So just keep that in mind if you have people that want to do the business, but that $2,000 really scares them. Maybe they don't have all the products. Normally, I would not recommend a Join for Free for someone who doesn't have everything. But because July is Mop Month, they could have their first party in July, or, a party in July, and get the mop and all that stuff for their host rewards. and they would have everything they need for a party. So I don't know, they could kind of tag team those two things together. If you guys don't know what we're talking about for join for free, you can ask. But it is a really great opportunity for people to join risk-free just until the 24th this month.
Yep. All right. So if you guys have any questions, now is the time. It can be about nothing. Brianna's asking, is anyone using Squee? Thinking I'll host my own party on Squee. I had one party on Squee and it didn't go so great, but that's not a very good, I don't know what the word is, some kind of statistic word, but it was not a good party. But I'm sure, so I've read that some people are doing really well, but I don't think anybody else on here has started using Squee yet. Meredith's going to look into it. She's going to figure it out for all of us.
I do plan to. My goal is this weekend. I'm sorry, I'm put myself on mute. Saltwater taffy, and then.
Oh, sorry, I called you out.
No, but I was just gonna say, that's what I plan like this weekend. Actually, I'm gonna train myself on Squee, and I'm actually gonna try and get some online parties for while I'm on maternity leave. Which I know none of you guys are. I mean, I don't think any of you guys are planning on maternity leave, but that can just be for like a side. If you want to keep doing the in-home parties, but if you want to online parties going on the side, I think it's great. I don't know if I can maybe like send out an email or something. I know nothing right now. So after this weekend I could tell you, but
I think hostess coaching is key. You have to coach them like a hostess from a home.
Mm-hmm.
They have to personally invite people. They have to remind people that it's coming up. They have to connect with them personally outside of Squee for it to go well.
I agree.
But I'm trying to figure it out.
There is a Facebook group though about
I'm gonna hop out for just a second. I'll be right back.
So are you on that, Brianna? Have you seen the Facebook group? Yes, okay. Okay, Becky asked Squee or Facebook or events. Can you clarify your question for me, Becky?
I'm not on events like shows.
Oh, uh-huh.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to type and thinking like going to a
vendor event.
Yeah, a vendor event. Yes. What is a good? I mean, I've checked out on the internet. Like you can join for $39 and you get like a month. It's not every month. You just do a one-time fee, and then you pay for that whatever it might be, if it's a farmer's market or whatever. Is that is that somewhat of a successful way to maybe do a booking, not looking for shows, but like kind of do quick demonstrations and say if you're really interested, or
Good question. So I've done quite a few vendor events. I know Meredith has as well. We've actually done one together, or two together, which was really fun. Vendor events are tricky because you never know what's gonna happen from them. I think it's always good exposure. I always go into my vendor events hoping mostly for bookings and mostly just contacts. I don't make a lot of sales at vendor events. I haven't in the past, but you need to have a way to connect with people and then to follow up with them. I have rarely, if ever, had someone come up to me at my booth, meet me, and then say, oh yeah, I want to have a show with you.
Right.
They don't know you. But if you can build that quick relationship, I mean, so it's just having conversations with people, not even like pushing the product, like buy this. It's just, hey, tell me about your family. Are you interested in, cleaning without chemicals? Have you heard of this stuff? What would be most important to you in getting rid of chemicals or cleaning faster? If you build some sort of connection and then have a way to follow up, I use an entry, like for Enter to Win. And I make sure they have their contact number on there. And then right after they put it in my bucket, I quickly write a note on the back about them, like has 3 kids, hates demography or something. And then I follow up with her and just say, hey, it was great meeting you. I'd love to show you a few more things. If they're local, you can then offer a try it kit. Or, can I come and do, clean 5 windows for you? Or, you just kind of have to get your foot in the door. So it's not a bad idea if you have no one. Obviously, your circle and moving outward is going to probably be more successful but it's not a bad idea either. That makes sense.
Yes. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question? And just
Sure.
and that'll be real quick. I've been seeing, and this is about conference, since
Okay.
this will be my first time going in August.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something about, and I don't know if it was one of the bigger teams out there, but something about on the Thursday night, like a pre-party.
Planet Green team.
Yes.
Pre-party. Yeah. So Jenna, did you
Can't go to, it's over. Like you can't register.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waffling and I'm like, I'll decide and then I forgot about it. So I'm not going. But Brianna's going.
But the conference is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like an extra event Thursday night. And then there's a Planet Green team, but then it officially starts Friday morning, like at 8:30.
Is there an itinerary anywhere?
Yes, there is somewhere. Maybe ask Nora. Is it you think if it's way ask Nora?
Oh, gotcha.
I'll try to find it for you too, Becky, and I'll post it on our page.
And you can register for breakouts now also.
Ooh,
oh, okay.
Someone here is teaching a class.
Register for my class. Or actually don't, because you can see me here. So register for somebody else's class.
What else you guys got?
Everyone good?
I am. Thank you.
All right. Well, ladies, if you have any other questions, seriously, feel free to reach out to us. Brianna says the schedule is on back office under register. So it's on your back office.
Thank you.
Way to go, Brianna. You're awesome. But yeah, go get these bookings on your calendar. And if you want like 4 parties on your calendar per month, that's what you feel comfortable with, book 6. Because you guys know people cancel on you. And if no one does, great. The next month, someone will. So maybe you do 6 one month and it's more than you really wanted to do. If you only book 4 and then you end up doing 2, it just disappears real fast. So always, if you're looking for 4, if you want to do 4, book 6. And then once you get those bookings on your calendar, if you're wondering, like if you're having questions about anything relating to the party, reach out to us and we'll help train you on whatever that is.
Ooh, one more thing. July, do you say this right? Starts the new incentive period?
Yeah.
So what that means is they have all these fun incentives, but the best incentive is the incentive trip. So many of you guys can go with us next time, which would be awesome. So July starts the incentive year, which just means even if you just got started with Norwex, you can jump on and get lots of good stuff. So
True. Valerie, I'm voting on Valerie to come, but she raised her hand. Valerie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Did you raise your hand on purpose?
I did.
What's up?
So I got 2 hosts last night who want to do join for free.
Mm-hmm.
But they want me to help them with their first party, their, launch party.
Mm-hmm.
How would I do that where it benefits me and them? So obviously I would shoot for more than 1 booking. So maybe they could have a booking, I could have a booking. Is that how you would do it? What's your recommendation there?
I've tried different things, so you guys can all chime in. I've done if I come, I keep 1 booking normally. I try to. It doesn't always work out that way. I really try to plug their friends bringing friends, so one of their friends will book a party that's not like their direct friend. So I try to get a big group there so I can get bookings there. It doesn't always work where I keep a booking because I end up feeling bad because.
Yeah.
But if you just say that's how it works, like I keep it, if I come to your training, if there's 2 bookings, I keep 1 and you keep 1. If there's 4 bookings, I keep 1 and you keep 3. If you just say that's how it works, then they'll probably, it'll work for you.
Okay.
But if you need to keep your calendar going. So, and you can say, how does that work? No, that won't work. What do you have, JC? Meredith?
There's a couple ways to do it. So I think it's important to make it worth your night. And what I say is because you're away from your family, and that is a night that you can't have another party of your own. So don't feel guilty taking something from the party, but because you're also demonstrating to your new team member that they don't have to go work for free for a night too, right? So it's a great training night. I would recommend that they come to one of your parties if you have one and shadow you, because they can come and actually take notes and all that stuff. But then if you still want to go to their party, which a lot of people still like that, you can also split commission with them. So the sales would still go under their name. You could split commission. So at least you're getting paid something for the night. But then they're still getting all the sales. And then my personal preference, if my calendar is good, is to give them all the bookings. The reason why, which I know it's hard to know, but the reason why is if someone is motivated and they can get off to a strong start in their business, I want them to get as many bookings as they can. It's also hard when it's their friends and it's their people to be like, well, that's going to be mine. I mean, don't feel bad if that's the way you want to do it. I'd say you just make up the decision. It might be a case-by-case basis, but you want to make sure they're get off to a strong start, but that you also take care of your business.
And I will say, go ahead, Valerie.
Oh, I was just going to say, those were my 2 bookings from the party that I had last night. So those 2 bookings also happened to want to do join for free. So that was my bookings from my party. So I felt like they asked me to do their launch party, but I felt like since that was my only bookings from that party, you know, if I give them the party, then I don't have any bookings from my party from last night.
Let me ask you this, Valerie. Have you had a conversation with them to see what their intentions are with the business?